Hello everybody, it's been a long time since I've made a video and I feel like I've said that like 3 times in the past year. I'm making this at close to midnight, so this is probably going to be a fun video to edit in terms of the different temperature of light bulbs in this room. This is just going to be another one of my talking head videos, another update video. It's been a couple of months since I've made a video because it's been a couple of months since I've been in this room with this computer and this setup. So it's a long story. My followers on Patreon know about the problematic neighbors and my semi-nomadic lifestyle for the last couple of months. But basically I'm coming on here to say that this is very likely going to be the last video I make in this room. So after about 8 months of marriage, I'm going to finally move in with my husband, and it feels so wild to even say that, but I guess that is what we had signed up for when we decided to just go forward with our wedding date, like during a pandemic. Yeah, incidentally, I just came back from another like semi-lockdown wedding, cousins, hence the glam makeup. So basically I got home, I changed my clothes, I took down my hair, but I was just like, you know what? I don't want to let this face, all the effort of making my face look presentable go to waste. So why not pump out a video? So because I've been jumping around a little bit lately, not exactly like not couch surfing or anything, but a bit more nomadic than I'd prefer. And because of my upcoming big move, a lot of my stuff is in storage, so no reviews or anything for the next month, at least until I get settled with my husband. So fingers crossed that it's going to be a really smooth process, or as smooth as it can be. By the way, small tangent, after I finally get settled with my husband, I'm going to have a huge sale on my gently used corsets, like pieces from my personal collection. And because I would really like to downsize, I'm probably getting rid of like half or maybe even a bit more than half of the current corsets in my collection. So as usual, my Patreon peeps get the first dibs, and after they've had their pick, I will open up my sale to the public. So going back to the explanation and the excuses as to why I have halted my videos lately, and I completely acknowledge the fact that this is boring and is only like interesting to a subset of my followers. But basically, I asked my patrons how they would feel if I just sort of focused my energy elsewhere, instead of just spreading myself too thin over too many tasks, because I felt like my efforts were being watered down everywhere, and I really just wanted to get certain things. So some of these tasks included updating the evergreen resources like the Corsetry map and the guided galleries, which, if you're not familiar with them, is basically just like specialist corset makers that are able to do like very specific things. For instance, pattern matching corsets and corsets with multiple lacing systems, and fan laced corsets and bodysuit corsets. And just this past week, since we're just entering summer, at least here in the Northern Hemisphere, I updated the mesh and summer sheer corsets gallery, and I added almost 50 new pieces to that gallery, so it's over 80 now in total, and have organized it into 10 different sections, like different types of mesh, for example. So yeah, it's a huge undertaking updating these evergreen resources, but I think it's well worth it, considering that some of those galleries have barely been touched since they were made. Like, some of them were made 8 years ago, others were made like 4 or 5 years ago, but all of them needed a huge overhaul. So, and it might look like I'm reading something over there, but actually I'm just kind of looking out the window. So it's kind of, I don't know, it's awkward. Just don't mind me. And what else has been going on? I've been cleaning up my blog archives. I've been researching how to format for like my paperback of the Solace book. There's been a lot happening. So even though I haven't been on here, it's not like I've been doing nothing. There's been a lot of housekeeping. Well, it's been a lot more than just housekeeping. I would say it's kind of like full-on renovations of those big resources on my site. So there's been a lot going on in the background, and gratefully my patrons have been really receptive to this, and they sort of allowed me to breathe a little and and take a step back from making the videos, because I think when I make videos when I'm burnt out and exhausted and like my heart really isn't in it, I think that comes through on video. So they said like update those resources. Those are really, really important, and the videos can wait. And so that's what I focused on. And so I've been working on updating my whole site for about 6 months now. And I would say that there's probably another 2 or 3 months of stuff to do. I would like to get back into videos, even if it's just kind of like one a month saying like, hey, here's what's new. And I should really do a new website tour video soon. I used to do those back whenever I introduced a new gallery or a new feature like the paper doll or whatever it was. But one thing that you'll notice is that there are new headings on the blog. So info is a lot easier to navigate. One favorite, according to the traffic, seems to be everything except reviews, because let's face it, I've done something like 200 reviews over the years. That's like 30% of my total body of work, and it can get really repetitive. So if you want to read the broader, like non-brand specific informative stuff, there's the filter for you, and you don't have to like sift through pages and pages of the same format of reviews over and over again. Corset database has been updated, and what else? Kind of like a tangent of a tangent. One thing that we should probably touch on is the eBay finds page. So, speaking of selling off gently used corsets and what have you, it's getting close to the 1 year mark since my eBay finds page has been first launched. And my newsletter followers knew about it for the first few months, and then I made the video this past winter announcing to my YouTube followers, just trying to sort of gauge how much interest would be in this page if I were to update it forever, basically. And I am feeling a little bit ambivalent in saying that the engagement hasn't been quite as good as I had hoped for. It has not been a good return on investment in terms of my time. Like I said, when I first introduced the page, in the beginning I did it for fun, and I came across a lot of corsets that were not in my size, but they were really good deals, or they just weren't my taste, but it might be somebody else's taste, or it was a corset that I already reviewed, and you can watch the video. But basically, if I was going spelunking every so often for these used pieces, then I may as well share what I found for other people if I'm putting in the time anyways. But realistically, I wasn't doing it every single week. I might have been doing it like once a month or so. And so once I committed to doing this week after week consistently, always with a deadline because of the newsletters going out Friday, it got a little bit grueling. Like it wasn't that fun anymore. And from an income perspective, I knew that it would never be like wildly profitable or anything, but I had hoped that it would kind of at least pay for the time investment that I put into it, that it would sort of be worth it. But if I had to think of myself as a business professional as opposed to a hobbyist or somebody just doing this as a passion project, for the amount of time that I spent looking for these new finds on eBay week after week, paying myself a minimum wage, which in Ontario is at $14.25 per hour. Each week I'm getting back like $5 on average, some weeks nothing. So that would be fine if I loved it and I would sort of do it anyways. But because it turned into a commitment that I'm doing all the time, and it's work now, it's not fun, it's not really paying for itself. And I feel icky saying that because I don't want everything to be about money, but on the other hand, women are trained to feel icky when it comes to discussing earnings or putting a dollar amount on the value of their time and their work. And considering the fact that my husband and I have been forced to live apart for the better part of a year, and we're paying for the rent of 2 different dwellings right now when we would rather live together and only pay for one. And this is during a huge recession, and we have our future to think about. The eBay finds page is really not pulling its own weight in terms of like the time investment put in week after week versus like where I want to go in life. And then there are the folks that just suck all the fun out of the eBay page by buying up the corsets that are massively underpriced for the market. For instance, like a dark garden corset somebody received as a gift and they had no idea how much it actually cost. So they put it up for like $40 new, unworn, basically. And so, you know, there are folks that will snap that up right away, and then 1 or 2 weeks later, I'll see the exact same corset relisted using the same pictures even for like 3 times the price. And I'm like, and I debate whether I put it up or not, and I mean, reselling gently used goods at a higher price point is totally legal in this context, but I mean, come on, like, nobody likes a scalper. And finally, the last reason why I think I might be pulling down the eBay page is that the turnover has slowed down significantly. It's getting harder to find new pieces week after week, new listings, especially at like, you know, the more appetizing starting prices for auction. And I sign up for eBay Alert, sending me emails as soon as somebody lists like a Puimont corset or Electro Design. And it is raining really hard outside. But anyways, yeah, because the options have dried up, it's not looking good in terms of the prognosis for the eBay page. So I say that I'm ambivalent because when I start a project and I commit to something, I really don't like to abandon it. But on the other hand, I feel like I'm like painfully dragging out its almost inevitable demise, like it's an eventuality. So if you don't want the eBay finds page to die, please click the link in the cards or in the description below. Let me know that you care. If you don't care, then that's fine. don't click, and let the page die with dignity, and my VA and I can get back to using those allotted hours every week to, I don't know, maybe finally finish formatting my Solace paperback so it can finally be released in print. Oh my god, like 5 years later. Or maybe I can use the 2 hours to like peel myself away from my work emails long enough to like watch a movie and relax with my husband, reduce my cortisol levels. Yes, so that is the catch up. And I still intend to tell you my toenail story. And I still have a lot of hair videos that I have planned out, and I have some footage for. So I just need to edit those and get them out. So I don't have editing software on my laptop, which is why I have not been able to edit videos while I was, you know, away living somewhere else. But I hope to get those out pretty soon. So at least you get a video once or twice a month until I'm settled and I have like a designated filming space again, and hopefully I will be with my husband at that point. And I could blather on more about some upcoming stuff, but this video is already far too long as it is. So I'm gonna stop it here, and instead of giving you like a teaser about what might be coming up maybe next month and maybe next year, I'm just going to spend the time to get it done and be just like, here, I present this to you. And that's where we're at. So let me know how you're doing in the comments, and let me know whether you want the eBay finds page to die or not, and let me know if you're interested in my upcoming gently used corset sale. And that's about it. So I will let you go, and I will see you all next time. Bye.